stage of spontaneous love, each devotee offers a completely unique, special taste of service and love to the Supreme Lord. So try to understand. These pastimes of Krishna are very, very wonderful and amazing. And none of the other personalities of Godhead manifest such wonderful, amazing pastimes. Just like when Krishna was very young, about 3 months old or something like that, he broke the cart containing the Trinavrata demon simply by kicking. You know how babies are in the cradle? They'll kick their little legs and move their arms and like that. And simply by this kicking, he broke the cart. They had set Krishna down in the cart temporarily while they were moving. All the cowherd men were moving from one place to another because of all the attacks by the demons. So the demon was in the cart, and Krishna broke the cart just by kicking his legs. And there was this big noise because it was full of all kinds of pots and pans and stuff like that. You know, when you move, you pack all that stuff up. So there was this big noise, and all the cowherd men came running. And there was Krishna, you know, just playing. Even in this small baby form, Krishna is still the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he still has his complete potencies. So even in that tiny baby form, he manifests all manner of wonderful pastimes. So, number 62, Krishna is surrounded by loving devotees. When we speak of Krishna, Krishna is not alone. Krishna means his name, his qualities, his fame, his friends, his paraphernalia, his entourage. All of these are included. When we speak of a king, it is to be understood that he is surrounded by ministers, secretaries, military commanders, and many other people. Similarly, Krishna is not impersonal. In his Vrindavan Leela especially, he is surrounded by the gopis, the cowherd boys, his father, his mother, and all the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Yeah, so Krishna, even Krishna's name, includes all of these. Not only Krishna, but all of Krishna's devotees, all Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's abode, his qualities, everything about Krishna is contained within that name. So when we chant Hare Krishna, everything is there. And when we truly enter into the holy name, we see all this, come in contact with all this. This is the wonder of the holy name. In the 10th canto, 31st chapter, verse 15 of Srimad Bhagavatam, the gopis lament, "My dear Krishna, during the daytime, when you go out into the forest of Vrindavan with your cows, we consider one moment to be 12 years, and it is very difficult for us to pass the time. And again, when you come back at the end of the day, by seeing your beautiful face, we are so much attracted that we are unable to stop looking upon you constantly. At these times, when there is occasional blinking of our eyelids, we condemn the Creator, Lord Brahma, as a dunce, because he does not know how to make perfect eyes." See? The gopis are so attracted to Krishna that when Krishna is apparently not present, they consider a moment to be like 12 years. Each moment. So just imagine how powerful the feelings of separation are. See? And then when Krishna does appear before them, they want to look at Krishna, like just drink him in through their eyes. And if their eyes have to blink, it's like, "Oh, Brahma, you're such an idiot. Can't you make bodies that don't have to blink? What's wrong with you?" The gopis think like that. So we can understand that Krishna, not only Krishna is so wonderful and special, But Krishna's devotees are also very wonderful and special. Krishna's devotees especially, they have a wonderful kind of love which is not found anywhere else. This is called Krishna Prema. Krishna Prema is the most pure love anywhere to be found. The devotees of Krishna are so much in love with Krishna that their only desire is for Krishna's pleasure. Just like it was described that the gopis were dressing themselves very nicely in anticipation of meeting Krishna. Now normally, when a woman dresses herself very nicely before a date, then it's understood that she's thinking of her pleasure and how to control and seduce the man, you know, like that. But in the instance of the gopis were dressing themselves very nicely, and their only thought was that Krishna would enjoy looking at them if they were dressed very nicely and very attractive. You see, this is the difference. The external activities may appear the same, but internally, the attitude and the intention of these devotees is completely different than in the material world. In the material world, everyone is trying to arrange for their pleasure. In the spiritual world, and especially in Goloka Vrindavan, everyone is trying to arrange for Krishna's pleasure. And like I said, when we do this, we immediately get reciprocation from Krishna, far more pleasure than we give him. But this is Krishna's love. And when the devotees feel Krishna's love, they become so ecstatic. They forget even who they are, or where they are, or what their names are, or what they're doing. They just sort of melt into a puddle of ecstasy. And they just become completely overwhelmed. So, in other words, the gopis were disturbed by the blinking of their eyes because for the moment that their eyes were closed, they could not see Krishna. This means that the gopis' love for Krishna was so great and ecstatic that they were disturbed by even his momentary absence. And when they saw Krishna, they were also disturbed. This is a paradox. So the devotees' love, well, let me read this next quote. One gopi expressing herself to Krishna says, "When we meet you at night, we consider the duration of night to be very small. And why speak of only this night? Even if we had a night of Brahma, we would consider it a very short time." We get an idea of Brahma's day from the following statement of Bhagavad Gita. By human calculation, 1,000 yuga cycles together is Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. The gopis said that even if they could have that duration of night, it would still not be sufficient for their meeting with Krishna. 1,000 yuga cycles. This is the gopis' desire to please Krishna is so great that they want just an enormous length of time to meet with Krishna and serve Krishna. They don't care about enjoying with Krishna. They want Krishna to enjoy them. That's their mood. And they know about Krishna. They know that Krishna can expand himself into unlimited forms. They know that Krishna has unlimited potency. But all the gopis were great sages in their previous life. Well, the story is that when Lord Ramachandra was exiled to the Dandakaranya forest, at that place there was one ashram, and there were thousands of sages in that ashram. And when they saw Lord Ramachandra, they were all so attracted to him that they prayed to him, "My dear Lord, we want to become your wife." And so the Lord replied, "Well, in this incarnation I only take one wife. So you can become my wife in the next incarnation when I appear as Lord Krishna." And the sages agreed to this. And then they became gopis in Vrindavan during the Krishna avatar, Krishna Leela. So these gopis appeared to be common village women, but actually they were great sages who were completely enlightened and fully aware of all Vedic knowledge. And as we know, Vedic knowledge, once you attain it, you never lose it. Krishna says that whatever you attain in this lifetime, then you carry with you to the next lifetime. There's no loss or diminution of the self-realization earned by the practice of Krishna consciousness. So these sages became gopis in the next life, and they got to be with Krishna just like a husband and wife. Or actually, in their case, a girlfriend and boyfriend.